Every year teaches you something, even if you don't like to learn anything, even if you don't want any kind of lessons. Universe forces you to learn some lessons so that you know you can make your life better. So it happens with me every year. I learn certain things, certain lessons every year, and I make sure that I make a note of all the lessons that I have heard, that I have learned in the previous year or in this year. So this video is all about the things, or the 11 things that, or the 11 harsh truths or the lessons that I've learned in 2025. So overall, if I have to say, 2025 has been a very difficult year for me, I could say. I wouldn't want to get into the details as of now, but it was very difficult in terms of personal life as well as professional life. So I learned a lot of lessons in 2025. To be very honest, there were a lot of things that I did not want to accept, but then I had to, because universe was trying to tell me something, trying to teach me something. So only once you learn that lesson, you will be able to go further. So this video is all about all the lessons that I have learned in this year, and what are the things that made my life better. Some things I had to lose, something I had to gain. So overall, 2025 was not a great year for me. Therefore, definitely, there were moments where it's not that everything was bad or difficult for me. There were moments which were good, which were the best. Certain things came true. So, but overall, if I have to say energy wise, I think 2025, compared to other years, I think 2025 was bad. Also, so 2023 was bad for me, and post that it was all fine for the 2 years, for the next 2 years, and then again 2025. There were a lot of lessons that I have learned, and this video is where I want to document everything. I actually have it on my laptop. I just made a note of all the things that I've learned, all the uh, harsh truths, the lessons that I've learned in 2025. So let's go one by one. Okay, so the first lesson that I have learned is, yeah, to trust my intuition more. So there were a lot of times, definitely, there were a lot of times where, your intuition literally screams at you, ki this is not right, what you're doing is not right, the people are not right, the conversation that you're having is not right. You feel something is wrong, be it be people, be it be the environment, be it be the place, or anything. You just feel that something is off, and trust me, 90% of the time it is, your intuition telling that that there's something going wrong. So definitely trust your intuition more. This is the lesson that I have learned, to trust my intuition more. If you think that something is wrong, it is definitely wrong. Okay. It definitely, I go with energies. If I feel that if something is not working out for me, then definitely it is not working for me. So I have learned to trust my intuition more. It definitely doesn't mean that I'm going with my emotions when I take decisions. When I take decisions, I definitely go with logical solutions as well, but then once I do the logical reasoning, post that I always go with the intuition based solutions. Okay. to me as a person, I think both are important. I want to look, if there is a problem, if there is an issue, then I want to look at it in both, in using both the lens, the logical lens as well as the intuition based lens. So once I do the logical side of it, I try to take the final decision based on the intuition side of it as well, because for me both are important. Your emotions and logical solutions, both are important for me. And once I gauge both the things, I like to go with the intuition. Definitely it was the other way around. Previously I used to logically see everything, and if it works out, then great. I'm not saying whenever you do it, whenever you try to solve a problem or solve an issue logically, it doesn't work, or it doesn't mean like that. It's just that whenever I have done both the things and used the intuition side more, the you know the solution turned out to be better. And that is what I have learned. So trust your intuition more. It is tell If it is telling you something is wrong, just trust it. Do not question what, why, how. Do it later on, but yeah, just go with the intuition, at least at the beginning. Do the logical reasoning later, and then again, a final decision. Make sure that it is based on your intuition. Okay, so that is going to be your first lesson. Now let's move on to the second lesson. So the second lesson is let go of negative people and energy. Definitely, uh, I I'm a kind of person. Definitely, it was not like this before, uh, but I'm a kind of person who sees the good in people most of the time. Okay, I see the positives more than the negatives, but then a lot of times it has backfired terribly. And definitely, I mean, it goes back to the intuition part as well. If something is off, then yeah, it is off. So uh, if something is triggering you, if some people are triggering you, if you think that your values do not match, it could be your friends, your family, it could be anyone, your co-workers or anyone. See, um, if it is family, I know, I understand that it is not easy to let go of people or let go of family that easily. But you can definitely distance yourself from negative people. You can meet them less, or all of those things. You can try to distance as much as possible. That's one thing that you can do. With friends, definitely you can cut off some people if you think that they are not right for you. See, in your 30s, what happens is, in your 20s, what happens is, you try to people please everyone. You try to mingle with everyone and go out. And I'm not saying it is bad. Definitely it is good. You have to be socializing a lot in your 20s. But in your late 20s and in your 30s, it's more of that, that group of people. Or maybe if even if that group contains just one person, it's more than enough. You don't need uh, you know um 10 10 people around you. You just need just one person with you, and that's more than enough for you. So that is something that I have realized now. You do not need 100 people with you, do not need 100 friends. If you think that someone is not good for you, is talking negative about you, or is talking behind your back, and you don't enjoy the conversation as much, let go of them. Or maybe at least distance yourself from such kind of people, because you don't need them in your life. So that is the harsh truth that I've learned this year. And yeah, letting go of people is definitely difficult, but I think it is necessary for you to do, because you don't need a huge amount of people in your life. You just need one or two, and that's enough. So yeah, that is the second lesson that I have learned. Now the third lesson that I've learned is, do your work and detach from outcome. Yeah, It's difficult. I'll be very honest with you that it is very difficult to, detach from the outcome and not have any expectations. I'm actually an overthinker where and also I like to plan everything in advance. And most of the times what happens is, things don't go according to your plan, and then you get disappointed, you become depressed or sad because of it. So to avoid such things, I know it's a hard pill to swallow even for me. I know it's easier said than done, but the thing that I've learned this year is, just detach from the results, detach from the outcome, just do your work. That doesn't mean that you sit back and relax, you are lazing around and you're not doing what needs to be done, or you're not doing your work. Nothing is going to move, nothing is going to change. Money is not going to fall on you automatically. It is not going to happen. You have to do your work, you have to put in the efforts from your end. Those are the only things that are in your hand, right? But how it is going to, what the result is going to be, or what are the outcomes of it, you cannot, you that is not in your hands. You cannot predict that. Even though you can have the greatest of the greatest plans for your life, but there are a lot of things that do not work out the way you wanted to. So instead of getting disappointed, just do your work, do what needs to be done, and just leave it to the universe, leave it to the god or any higher power that you believe. Just tell god ki I have done, I have given my 100 or 200%. Now it is on you, so that whatever he gives, it is going to be much better than what you have imagined for yourself. So there were a lot of times that things didn't go my way, and I was disappointed. But then over the months, when I thought about it, and certain things have unfolded in a much better way, um, much better than what I had imagined for myself. So that's why it's important to leave some room for magic, for universe to uh, pan out and work its magic. So leave everything to the higher power, leave everything to the universe, but make sure that you're doing your work. You cannot just say ki let me not do my work and god is going to take care of everything. No, that doesn't work like that, for sure. um, but the only thing you can do is work on your dreams, do your work, give your 100%, 1000%, whatever it is, but leave the rest to god. If you're going to win, great. If you're not going to win, there must be something that you need to learn. Take it as a lesson. Not all failures are a failure. Don't take failure as you know as a failure. You're not a failure because you failed at something. There must be some lesson that you have to learn from it. So take that as a lesson. Failure always teaches you some sort of a lesson. So make sure that you take that lesson and imbibe in your routine, so that you can do better next time. So that is what you can do. So do your work and detach from the outcome. That is the third lesson that I have learned this year. Now, the fourth lesson that I have learned this year is, self care is not selfish. Okay, so there are a lot of people, even friends around me, even girls around me. They when they see me, taking care of myself, taking care of my body, taking care of my skin and everything, they think that I'm just too obsessed with myself. I'm just thinking about myself all the time. Just it's just too obsessive in nature. But I don't think it is. You know, it's an obsession to take care of yourself. It is not selfish. You have, if you love yourself, definitely automatically you will start taking care of yourself. Nobody has to tell you to take care of yourself, and it just happens automatically. So self care, maybe going to the gym, or maybe taking care of your skin, doing a day or night routine, having good food, and maintaining a good, having a good night's sleep. So taking care of yourself is not obsessive. um, Definitely, if anybody tells you that, it just means that they do not love themselves enough to take care of themselves. So you have to have that, level of self love for yourself, love for yourself to actually take care of you, because not everybody can do it. The ones who are not taking care of themselves, if they are not taking care of their body, their own skin, if they are not comfortable in it, that is a sign that they do not love themselves. A person who loves themselves always takes care of, their skin, their body, could be anything. So that is what that is one thing that I've realized this year. Ki take care of yourself, take care of your body, your skin, your hair, your nails, your everything. Just do your self care religiously and invest in yourself religiously, invest in your skincare religiously, and definitely it will make you feel good on the inside as well as on the outside. So yeah, it does, boost your happiness level to a certain level. So make sure that you do your skincare and, self care, basically anything. So yeah, that is another lesson that I've learned this year. Now let's move on to the next lesson. Yeah, the next lesson is learning a new skill. Okay, and investing in your hobbies. This is something that I would like to tell everyone. So don't make your life all about work. Yes, work is definitely important, but as a woman, I think it is also important for you to invest in your hobbies, invest in your skills, just to make yourself better. So this year I started learning French. I always wanted to learn a new language. So there were a lot of skills that I've learned as a hobby. I have done pottery, I have done surfing, there were a lot of things. So this year I have, I started learning French on Duolingo. So it see, it's important for you to invest in something that makes you happy other than work. So these are the things that you do just for fun, not to gain anything out of it, not to make money, nothing. Just for your own peace of mind, you do this. You just because you love doing it. So I think dedicating a certain amount of time, maybe once in a week, or if you can do it every day, great. If you have the time and liberty to do it, definitely you should be doing it. But if not, at least once a week, I think it's important for you to pick up a new hobby, be it be painting, or surfing, or anything that you like. Go out, explore, try a new hobby, and trust me, it is going to um, give you that happiness. It just makes your life better. And it if you're doing it, if you're going out and doing it, I think it's important for you to socialize as well. So yeah, that is one thing that I have started doing. I have started investing in myself, investing in my skills and hobbies. It could be online, it could be offline, anything that you learn, but make sure that you dedicate some time for your hobbies or your skills that you want to learn. Sixth lesson that I have learned is spending more time with my family. uh, Definitely, 2025 has taught me the importance of spending time with family. It is very underrated, I feel. I have seen people spending time with their friends, going out, and doing all of the things. I'm not saying it is bad, definitely you should be doing it, but not many people spend time with their families. With of course, when you are in your 20s and late 20s, when you start once you start working, it's difficult to spend time with your family, because you might be in a different city, or it could be anything, different priorities, different cities, different routines. So it's difficult to spend time with your loved ones, with your parents or your relatives. It's very um, it's not feasible, I totally understand, but this year has taught me to invest in relationships. Okay, so you have to actively work on relationships, be with your friends or your family or your partner, anybody. You have to give them time to you know make your relationships stronger. So spending time with family this year, though I have spent a lot of time with my family, and we have gone for a trip with my entire family, and it was a lot of fun. We had hosted a game night, and we just had a blast. So I think it's very underrated, I feel. So but spending time with family is also needed. It can recharge your nervous system entirely. So make sure that you do that. It's important. Just as you do with your friends, make sure you do with your family as well. So spend more time with them. I can assure you that you're going to love it. Okay, so the seventh lesson that I have learned is universe repeats lessons until you learn them. This is by far the harshest truth that I've learned this year, and I mean from past few years. Definitely, universe is going to test you again and again, again and again with the same lesson until you learn your lesson. So it is going to hurt you again and again using the same things until you learn your lesson, until you say that enough is enough. This is not the way that I want to lead my life. Then everything changes and you take a different decision altogether. That's when universe supports you and makes you take that decision, make the right decision for your own life. So definitely, previously I used to do a lot of things and I used to not learn lesson, but I used to think, why am I attracting same kind of people? Why am I, going through the same lessons again and again? It's like a loop. It's like a karmic loop again and again. Whatever you do, you come to the same place again. It is the same cycle that is repeating again and again every year, and there's no end to it. So I was previously I was not aware as well. I used to think this is how life is, and I was not aware of anything. I used to think, okay, this is what it is. There's no lesson. I had no clue what was happening. I definitely in the back of my head I used to think, why is this happening to me again and again? It's the same thing. I'm attracting the same kind of partners. Why is it happening with me? But once I became aware of these things, that okay, this is the universe testing me with the same kind of issue again and again, so that I can learn my lesson and take a different decision next time. So until I learn my lesson and take a different decision, until then I'm going to get the same kind of treatment, get the same attract the same kind of relationships. So that's why it was important for me to learn my lesson and you know take a different route altogether, so that I complete that cycle, that loop of. See, that happens in all the areas of life. I'm not saying it's just one area, you'll have a thing that is repeating again and again. No. In most of the areas of your life, there will be something that is going to repeat again and again, because you're just, taking the same decision again and again. You're not taking any different decision. Only if you take a different decision, then your life would look different, right? If you're going to take the same decisions, definitely you're going to end up the very same way. So that's why it is important for you to learn your lesson and take a different decision, and definitely the life would be much better once you know that these are all the lessons that you're learning. Once you learn your lesson, you're good to go. Okay, so the eighth lesson that I've learned this year is focusing on character development. So uh, they I had a recent conversation with my parents where I was talking about a person, one of my classmates' brother, who took a different, who was into IT industry, and then now he's into these spiritual things, and all of those things. He drastically changed his path. So I was having this conversation with my parents because I met his mother so recently, and we were having a talk and all of those things. I just, when I was having a conversation with my parents last week, that topic came up, and I told them, "Ki, this is what he's doing now," and all of those things. So that's when my mom told, "Okay, we uh, look at the kids nowadays." This is what she said. "Look at the kids nowadays. We spend so much on their education, and then now they're choosing a different thing altogether, different path altogether." That's when I realized, and answer to that, like, what did I say was, I said, um, obviously, if you do not let them do whatever they want, whatever their passion is, definitely they are going to end up like that, right? I'm not saying it is bad or good or bad, but I'm just saying, if you only focus on career development rather than character development, that is a thing that is going to happen. Okay, I'm just taking him as an example, but it has happened with me as well. So definitely what happens is, you have to make sure that it's not only about the career. Definitely career is important, education is important, definitely these things are really really important. I'm not saying it is not important. Okay, however, instead of doing all of those things, instead of only focusing on giving good education and giving good career and having a good career, instead give your children, you know focus on their character development, build their mindset, invest in their skills, build their confidence, build their communication, build their interpersonal relationships. So these are the things that you have to give them. So make sure that you, not only the parents, even you yourself, instead of only focusing on career and stuff like that, make sure that you're focusing on yourself, your mindset, your confidence, yourself, as in your personal development, your self improvement things, so that these are the things that nobody can take away from you. Your mindset, the kind of values that you hold, the kind of knowledge that you have gained over the years. So these are the things that nobody can take away from you. Money, um, assets, luxury, these are the things that anybody can buy. But your knowledge, your mindset, your character, these are the things that nobody can take away from you. So make sure that you invest in your personality, invest in yourself first, learn all the things that are required for you to deal in real world, which is very important as well. Just don't go with just the career thing. Just make sure that you are developing yourself as a whole person, developing your entire personality the way you want. Then other things would automatically align on its own, so you do not have to worry about anything. So make sure that you are focusing on character development first. So the ninth lesson that I've learned this year is, if you have nothing to say, just don't say anything. So yeah, um in, see, it's there are a lot of people who cannot sit in silence. This is what I've realized in my friend group, in my friend circle as well. They have to be constantly talking about something or the other, and it feels terrible when someone, or someone is just silent and doesn't want to talk. I mean, you do not have to, what do you say, you do not have to be talking all the time and fill all those silences, fill all those gaps. It's fine, take your time, be in that silence. There are a lot of people nowadays who cannot sit in silence. They would rather get a electric shock. I think you must have heard about this experiment where there were a group of people who were asked if they can sit in silence for 15 minutes. If they were given a choice where either you can choose 15 minutes of silent without anything, any distractions, any phone or nothing, or 15 minutes of electric shock. So there were a lot of people, a lot of men especially, they chose the latter one, which is electric shock. I mean, it's terrifying. I think it's important for you to sit in silence. There are a lot of things that could happen, a lot of intuitive downloads you would get when you are in silence. So I think being in silence is something that people in this day and age, people have forgotten about it because of the phones. Anything and everything, they just take their phone and they do not spend time with themselves, because it is scary, it is not easy to spend time with yourself. So that is something. That's why I think also it's, you're mature if you know when to talk, way to talk, if you're situationally aware. You do not have to reply to everything, you do not have to talk to everyone. You can choose to stay silent at certain conversations, certain times. You should know when to talk and when not to talk, or when you do not have to give that energy or access to anybody. So that's why it is important, if you do not have anything good to speak, just stay silent. Instead of hurting other people, instead of digging their past or talking bad about something, I think it's important to just, shut your mouth and be silent. So that is something that uh, not a lot of people know of it. So I think it's important for one to learn that. Now the 10th lesson that I've learned is, if the vibe feels off, then it is off and walk away. So yes, it again comes back to the first and second lesson that I've told. Trust your intuition more. If you feel that you're not, maybe you have gone to a place and that is not the kind of energy that you want, that is not the kind of vibe that you want for yourself, then walk away from that place, walk away from that conversation, walk away from that group of people. So you do not have to invest your time where you are not happy, where you are not being treated the way that you want. So your access is, your energy is expensive, so you do not have to give your access to everybody. You have all the privilege in this world to only give access to people who actually deserve it, who are actually worthy of it. So that's why it is important for you to you know use your energy wisely, use your presence wisely, and whenever and wherever it is required. The final lesson, the harsh truth that I've learned this year is, boundaries are important. Yes, totally, the boundaries are very, very, very important. Make sure that you have boundaries for each and everything in your life, so that stick to your values, so that people do not take advantage of you. Okay, instead of being a people pleaser, be strict on your boundaries. If this is what I do not like, then I do not like, no matter what, whoever it is, this is the boundary that I have. You cannot cross that boundary. If somebody crosses it, it means that they do not respect you, and you have all the freedom in this world to walk away from that place. So that's why boundaries are important in every area of your life. It could be anything, it could be in your friend group, it could be in your relationships, it could be in your workplace, anywhere. Make sure that you have certain boundaries, so that people cannot misuse. And if something goes wrong, then you know what to do. So that's why it is important for everyone to have their own boundaries. Could be anything, whatever works for you, but then boundaries are important because people like to there are people who like to uh, take advantage of you, thinking ki, oh, they are my friend, oh, she's just that, she doesn't say anything, she's going to do it. No, boundaries are important. Even though uh, they could be your friends from a very long time, they could be uh, someone you are close with at your workplace or maybe in a relationship with. I think boundaries are very important, and it would protect you from lot of harm. So make sure that you make a list of all the boundaries in all the areas of your life. And yeah, that is something that I've learned this year. So here are the 11 harsh truths, 11 lessons that I have learned in 2025. Definitely I'm going to use all of these lessons, and also learn new lessons next year. So these are the lessons that I have learned this year, so I'll keep that in mind and not repeat any mistake and learn new lessons. Definitely you have to be learning new lessons every year. So yeah, make new mistakes and learn new lessons. That's my motto. So yeah, that's what it is. If you like such videos, make sure that you comment which part of it you liked, or whichever point that you have resonated with. If you have any story that you want to share with me, definitely do that in the comment section. And if you like such videos, you can check out my channel and subscribe to my channel, because I post weekly on all of these things and whatever things that I have learned. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, that bell icon, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.